I finally found the courage to tell my family about you. For a long time, I kept everything to myself because what I felt was too important to expose before I understood it completely. Some things deserve quiet protection while they are still growing, and what I felt for you was one of those things. It wasn't a passing fascination or a temporary emotion. It was something that stayed with me through busy days, restless nights, and countless moments when life tried to distract me. When I spoke your name, I realized how naturally it brought peace into my heart. Their first reaction was not what I expected. They listened carefully, asked questions, and tried to understand why someone they had never met could have such a profound impact on my life. Some smiled with curiosity. Others were cautious. One of them quietly wondered if you might be too different from the life they had imagined for me. They weren't trying to hurt me. They simply wanted to protect me from disappointment because they had seen how deeply I love and how completely I invest my heart when I truly care about someone. For a brief moment, their doubts echoed inside my mind. I wondered if they were right. I wondered whether choosing someone who challenged expectations would make life more complicated. I questioned whether love alone could overcome differences in personalities, experiences, backgrounds, and dreams. Those questions stayed with me for days, not because they changed how I felt about you, but because they forced me to examine my heart honestly. The more I reflected, the clearer everything became. What makes someone valuable is not how perfectly they fit into another person's expectations. It is the kindness they carry when nobody is watching. It is the integrity they show when life becomes difficult. It is the compassion they offer without expecting recognition. Those qualities cannot be measured by appearances, social status, or the opinions of people standing outside the relationship. I tried explaining that to my family. I told them that you have a strength that isn't loud but steady. I told them that your heart has survived disappointments without becoming cold. I explained that your kindness isn't weakness, it is courage expressed through patience. I told them that every conversation with you felt genuine because you never pretended to be someone else. I admired the honesty you carried, even when it would have been easier to hide behind comfortable words. They listened. Not everyone understood immediately, but they listened. That mattered more than instant approval. Love has taught me that understanding often grows slowly. People are naturally cautious when they care about someone. They ask difficult questions because they hope to prevent future pain. Sometimes those questions feel unfair, yet they come from concern rather than judgment. As time passed, I realized something important. The people who truly love us eventually begin paying attention not only to what we say but also to who we become. They noticed that I smiled more often. They noticed that I seemed calmer. They noticed that hope had quietly replaced the uncertainty I once carried. Without realizing it, you were already changing my life in ways they could clearly see. One evening, someone in my family looked at me and quietly said, "Whoever this person is, they have brought peace into your heart." Those words meant everything. It wasn't because they suddenly knew you. it was because they finally recognized the difference your presence had made. That moment reminded me that love is rarely proven through dramatic speeches. It is revealed through transformation. When someone inspires us to become more patient, more compassionate, more honest, and more grateful, their influence speaks louder than any explanation ever could. If only you knew how often I defended the future I imagined with you. Whenever doubts appeared, I chose hope instead of fear. Whenever someone questioned whether we could overcome obstacles, I remembered every reason my heart trusted you. I wasn't ignoring reality. I simply refused to let fear become the author of our story. Every meaningful relationship faces moments when other voices become louder than the quiet confidence inside two hearts. Friends may offer opinions. Relatives may express concerns. Strangers may make assumptions based on incomplete information. None of them can fully understand the connection shared between two people who have patiently learned each other's strengths, weaknesses, dreams, and fears. That understanding belongs only to those living the relationship. I often imagined introducing you to everyone I love, not because I expected perfection from that moment, but because I wanted them to see what I had already discovered. I wanted them to witness your kindness during ordinary conversations. I wanted them to hear your laughter filling the room. I wanted them to notice the respect you show to others without expecting praise in return. I believed that once they experienced your heart instead of relying on assumptions, many of their concerns would naturally disappear. Real character always reveals itself over time. No explanation is stronger than consistent actions. I also thought about the fears you might carry. Perhaps you wondered whether you would be accepted. Perhaps you worried about making a good impression. Perhaps you questioned whether you would ever truly belong. If those thoughts ever crossed your mind, I hope you remember this. You should never feel pressured to become someone else just to earn acceptance. The right people may take time to know you, but they will appreciate you for your authenticity rather than a performance designed to impress them. Pretending creates temporary approval. Authenticity builds lasting trust. That is the kind of future I want. A future where neither of us hides behind masks, a future where difficult conversations are welcomed because honesty matters more than comfort, a future where our home becomes a place of encouragement instead of criticism, a future where respect remains even when opinions differ. No family is perfect. No relationship is perfect. No person is perfect. Perfection has never been the goal. Growth has always been the goal. Every family carries traditions, expectations, and stories that shape how they see the world. Some adapt quickly. Others need more time. I have learned not to measure love by first impressions but by the willingness to keep understanding one another. Patience often succeeds where arguments fail. That lesson changed the way I approached every conversation. Instead of trying to convince everyone immediately, I allowed time to do what pressure never could. Little by little, hearts opened. Questions became conversations. Doubts became curiosity. Curiosity became understanding. watching that transformation reminded me that genuine love rarely demands instant acceptance. It patiently earns trust through consistency. The truth is, I never expected life to be free from challenges. I expected us to face them together. There will always be moments when the world offers opinions about our choices. Some will encourage us. Others will criticize us. We cannot control every voice around us, but we can choose which voices shape our decisions. I choose kindness over fear. I choose honesty over appearances. I choose loyalty over convenience. And above all, I choose a love that grows stronger because it is rooted in mutual respect rather than outside approval. If anyone ever asks me why I believe in us, my answer will remain simple. Because I have seen what hope looks like when your memory enters my thoughts. Because I have felt peace. Replace anxiety whenever I imagine building a future based on trust instead of uncertainty. Because I believe the strongest relationships are not the ones that never face questions, but the ones that continue choosing each other after every question has been answered with patience, understanding, and unwavering commitment. That is the future I continue believing in, a future where every conversation, every challenge, and every moment of waiting becomes another reminder that genuine love is never defined by the doubts of others, but by the quiet certainty shared between two hearts willing to grow together, one day at a time.